Okay. Moving on with the next chapter. It's been nearly a day since we found Mary. We're like a boat adrift. With my fucking TV just randomly turned off. Oh, that's cool. No HDMI signal. That's fine. It's fucking fine. I'll do it from here. From OBS. Like a boat adrift on the ocean without a compass to guide us. Who knows where the currents will take us? Will we find salvation at the end? Hey, Mr. Yashiki. Looks like we wasted a whole day. It's going to be like this every day. If you're done checking in here, why don't we take a look outside? Mary said unnecessary contact with outsiders could speed up the Mark's curse. And if I lose any more of my memories, I'm not sure I'll be able to function. For the past 10 days, the only person I've spoken to is the convenience store clerk. That explains why we only had TV dinners and snack food to eat. Sitting and waiting isn't going to accomplish anything. I'd rather not wind up forgetting my own name like you. Not that I completely believe that this curse thing is real. She raises her voice to hide how it shakes. She's still stubbornly sticking to her denial of the existence of spirits in the Mark. But I know she already accepted it. After all, she went through it herself last night. Ghosts and curses don't exist. Why did this have to happen to me? Hito's startled by a sudden knock. A visitor in the middle of the night. I don't need Mary to know it's a mark bearer. Sorry to impose on you so late. A tall, thin man walks in. His skin is as white as a sheet, and dark circles nearly swallow his eyes. It's almost like a dead person stands before us. You're Yashiki and Hiro, right? I heard about you and the Mark from Yasuoka before I came here. Something about a Miss Zoo, too? It sounds like you had a rough night. He seems to know Yasuoka. Maybe she's following through on her promise and sent him to help us. Well, let's get the introductions done. I'm Shuji Daimon. I think you can guess my occupation. Wearing this thing doesn't mean I have to explain, thank goodness. He gestures to the stethoscope around his neck. What kind of business brings a doctor like you here? Daimon's eyes flicker over at the suspicion in Hiro's tone. No need to be so defensive. I have the cursed scar, same as you. The mark. He unbuttoned his shirt to reveal a familiar mark on the left side of his chest. It just suddenly appeared one day. Now, to be honest, I never thought it happened to me. Maybe it's punishment for being stupidly curious about it. Curious? Did you know about the mark before Yasuoka told you about it? Yeah, that's right. There's mentions of a strange scar in my grandpa's records as a military physician. I did some personal research. A military physician's records would mean they'd learned from the Second World War. Or they'd be from the Second World War. Fuck. More than 50 years ago. But that doesn't add up. Rumors of the mark only started about a month ago now. If it was mentioned in those records, the rumors wouldn't be much older. There's a reason for that. Patients with the symptoms were kept in a secret army laboratory. I like talking. After the war, all top-secret documents related to the lab were burned. Except the clinical records I found. A secret lab, huh? That's kinda hard to believe. Dr. Daimon, you don't mean to say the mark was used as some sort of biological weapon? Every country had at least one or two soldiers who were divinely possessed. People only call on gods when they're in trouble. It was the end of the war. And they were backed into a corner. How unscientific. Don't you think so, Mr. Yashiki? I don't know yet. I guess so. You seem pretty calm about this. It may be your cautiousness is what's kept you alive this long. However, it's hard to picture the mark being used as a weapon. It seems the 13th Army Engineering Lab was developing something. It was called the Kanon Soldier. Kanon Soldier. That makes me think of the Bodhisattva Kanon. Fuck talking. Bodhisattva. Buddha shit. 50 years ago, in the Buddha statues. It can't be. Dr. Daimon, where is that lab? Unfortunately, I have no idea. Sorry. The documents my grandfather kept don't give any details about it. I see. Hey, Mr. Yashiki. That 13th Army Engineering Lab. It's the shelter Zukawa went to. She pulls out her old map. I wanted to keep it a secret. But as I'd rather not die from this mark, I'll tell you. This shows the entrance to the 13th Army Engineering Lab. Oh, are you serious? In his excitement, he starts coughing. My apologies. Where did you get that, Heedle? My grandfather passed away 6 months ago. We were sorting his belongings. Isn't the idea of a secret lab just fascinating? So I thought I'd look into it. And then Miss Zukawa stole it. I accidentally let it slip to her. She loves strange experiments like that, so it probably stuck with her. I thought as much, though. Whatever turned her into a monster is down in that secret lab. That's a pretty unscientific line of reasoning. Using the occult to turn yourself into a monster is utter nonsense. But if there's a scientific method behind it, I'll have to consider it. I suppose that's just how she is. Was your grandfather involved with the lab in some way, Hito? He could have been. All I know is he was an engineer with the rank of captain. Wait, hold on. You're both grandchildren of people involved with the engineering lab. Now both of you have the mark? Yes, that would be correct. That and our lab codes are probably all Hito and I have in common. From what we understand, people with the mark appeared in the secret lab 50 years ago. There might be something there that'll help us find the truth behind the curse. That's also the origin of the Kanon Soldier. A name that reminds me of a statue. The traces of Miss Zhu in the shelter. It might all be connected to the Buddhist statues that were stolen from each shrine. Dr. Diamond gave us a lot of info. We'll have to thank Yasuoka for introducing him to us. The fates are indeed mysterious. Dr. Diamond, will you help us? Yes, of course. Just don't expect anything physical. Are you sick? You don't look so well. Yes, something like that. I don't practice what I preach. His dry laugh sounds like he's deflecting. He's abnormally thin for a man his age. It's possible that he's gravely ill. So we're headed to the shelter. About that, you were stopped from going further by a locked door. This strange old man was there too. I doubt he'll cooperate with us, though. It'll be difficult to break in from there. Where did you enter the shelter? A manhole on K Miyamachi North Road. I see. She opens the map and studies it. You're right, entrance is there. But there seems to be one other one. It's at M. Knoll South Alley. Have you tried going there? No, not yet. Then let's go there. Hopefully we can get in. Let's read about the Kanon Soldier. Rumors of the Kanon Soldier. Yasuoka sent a new mark bearer, Daimon, to the mansion. He talks about a mysterious being called the Kanon Soldier. He learned about it from clinical records during World War II. Those documents also mentioned a scar similar to the mark. Everyone who had worked in a specific army research facility, or everyone who had worked in a specific research, blah blah blah. They were developing the Kanon Soldier there at the end of the war. I don't really know what the Kanon Soldier is, but if everyone involved in the research got the mark, then I can't help but think they were trying to make a spirit into a weapon. But why would Daimon, the grandson of a researcher, and Hito, the granddaughter of a lab engineer, suddenly get the mark now? Did the soldier's curse spread to the descendants or something? And then there's that 13th Army Engineering Lab. Hito agrees to tell us more about it. Her old map is that of the lab. Or is of that lab. The same underground shelter we broke into earlier. The key to Tsukawa's transformation and the stolen statues is likely there. So we'll have to go back again. The map shows another entrance in M. Knoll South Alley. Let's try looking around there this time. Off we go. We reach M. Knoll South Alley. Like the North Road, it's silent and creepy. And the map doesn't specify the location of the entrance, just that it's here. We'll have to search for it. Even though this is a residential area, the street is completely deserted. I forgot to silence my phone. Brilliant. Oh, there's a manhole. Unlike Kei Miyamachi, this room only has one. I'm sure this is the place. The manhole lid has a place to grip it, just like the one at Kei Miyamachi. This has to be it. Still, this is strange. Why doesn't the public have any idea about this underground shelter? You'd think the sewer department would at least. How the hell should I know? It was probably hushed up so those involved didn't get in trouble. They supposedly performed some terrible experiments in there after all. Does she sound kind of excited? I bet the terrible experiments fascinate her. When I lift the lid, a musty smell greets me. This smells familiar. Like the other entrance, the hole goes deep. Thankfully, there's a ladder here, too. Alright, time to go down. Go ahead, Miss Yashiki. Hito and I descend into the dark world hidden beneath H City. What awaits us down in that darkness? Will we find the truth we're seeking? Or a hell smeared with blood? The sight that greets us at the bottom is the same as what we saw in Kei Miyamachi. The looming concrete walls and the suffocating stagnant air. We weren't wrong to assume that the two places are connected. So this is the engineering lab. It's even more dreary than I expected. Wait, do you hear a song? If it's not some kind of prank, maybe the spirits of the soldiers are wandering around and singing. You have no proof of that. It's entirely unscientific. Shut up about that crap. Sorry. Still, it's a little unsettling to hear an army song all the way down here. It's gotta be a supernatural phenomenon. It's a blood stain. There's an area within the stain that's lighter in color than the rest. I run my fingers over it and realize that something's stuck to the floor. And I keep scratching at it until it starts to crease and I manage to pull it up off the floor. Worn out talisman. There are pitch black stains. Is this blood? What? Impossible. This much blood would be... Doesn't that other thing bother you too? I'm not an idiot, of course I'd notice. That spot without any stains. Looks like something was posted here. There's a clearly defined, clean space on the wall, as if something had been there. It looks like it avoided being sprayed with blood because something was originally posted here. A poster or bulletin, something like that. Well, it's illegible now. The stains seem to be all blood. It crackles and breaks off into flakes when I run my fingers over it. I open my eyes wide and stare at the white space that might have been a poster. I only end up drying out my eyes. It's a thick iron door. The keyhole isn't rusted. I could open it if I had the key. I guess I'll turn around. They're pitch black stains. It's the same as the other. A trail of blood leads to the ladder at the entrance. Was someone trying to escape? Blah, blah, blah. We're going to leave for a minute, and we're going to bring the sickly doctor with us. We do this because I have absolute faith in his failing body. No, that didn't happen. Let's go to the right. Now, trust that direction. It's a thick iron door. The keel isn't rusted. I could open it if I had the key. Cool. So, dead end. Awesome. Let's save. When I step in view of an iron door that appears before me, the air clearly shifts. Goosebumps rise. The presence is approaching. There's an incessant beeping, like from a telegraph. Let's just turn around. It doesn't seem like the presence is following. We managed to escape. I guess we're just going to go down the one way. The one way that I definitely didn't want to go down. The dried blood is blackened on the floor. There's quite a lot. Whoever left it probably died. Looks like this is the dead end. Yeah. It does look like there's only a wall ahead, but a breeze? I feel a draft coming from in front of us. But all that's there is a wall. Huh, same thing. Pitch black stains. It's just more of the same. The air in this room is musty. At first glance, I'd say it's part of a medical facility. It looks like an operating room. And the smell must be... Ah, there it is. Yashiki, sorry, but could you shine a light over there? I shine the flashlight as directed and find a corpse. Diamond crouches down and begins to study it. It's pretty old. You might be better off having an archaeologist or an anthropologist look at this. Diamond skillfully examines the body. When they're done, they stand up again. The corpse is odd. Extremely odd. The cervical vertebrae is severed. But the cut's a mess. Some kind of small bladed object did it most likely. No, it clearly wasn't cut with a surgical tool. I cannot even imagine why I would do something so cruel. The head was severed with a tool, huh? It's too old. The corpse isn't enough. Someone should have left behind records. It might be wise to search the room. Yeah, good idea. No. Nothing's inside the metal cabinet. It's a rusted filing cabinet. It's a well-built metal cabinet. Whatever's inside should be intact. When I open the door, a cloud of dust flies up and blocks my vision. A notebook with a black cover is left inside. Got the experimental unit correspondence code. Experimental unit correspondence code. Seems to be a document about cryptograms. Inside it says, Canon, weapons code name, ... dash ... Heavenly Buddha, project's code name, ... Soul, human head uses materials, ... It looks like Waboon code. It's similar to Morse. Cabinet with a glass door. It looks like there's something in it. I open it and search inside. I find a notebook titled Research Records and a small gun. The notes have deteriorated, but I can just make out what they say. 70th. Next experiment. Osira statue. Connect male body and female head. Success. Then, natural phenomena. Spirit. Frequent. Hard. Continue experiments. That's all it says. It seems to be a record of the experiments performed here. How fascinating. Doing this again. I shrug and keep moving forward. The beeping becomes gradually louder, almost as if it's trying to tell me something. Okay, which one was it? Dash dot. The sequence dash dot dash just keeps repeating. This code. What in the world does it mean? I think that was the one for soul. I hear a quiet voice. Point to your soul. The beeping suddenly stops. Seriously. Amazing. A real supernatural event. Diamond seems pleased. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm sure this will happen again, but there's no need to tell him that. Is it safe now? Yeah, probably. Then let's keep moving. It's set up the same way as that operating room. This place may have been used for the same experiments. Nope, their experiment note. Now let's get searching. Well, I open the wire mesh door and peek inside, but I don't see anything. I go to close the door and see a paper stuck to the backside. Thank you, soul power. Looks like it's been here a number of years since... It looks like it's been a number of years since this person died. The dried skin gives the appearance of a mummy. The cut by the neck is jagged. It must have been cut with some kind of tool. A metal cabinet. I search the ones that are open. I find a notebook titled Research Records and an army short sword. The letters in the notebook have faded, but I can still read it. The experiment miraculously succeed. This is divine protection. The Ura statue, donated from H Shrine, created by line statue makers, using chisel, donated by same family, sever head. Tool together becomes the key. Finally, our dearest wish. There's nothing else written. Projectile short sword. It mentions a chisel. Does it mean those used for sculpting? Yeah, most likely. It's hard to believe, but did they actually use that to sever the heads? It's unbelievable, doing something like that. Okay, I gotta see this thing. Ranged short sword. A prototype weapon developed by the army in the shelter. A spring is installed in the hilt, but it's so flimsy that it's destroyed after one use, so it was never officially adopted. Huh, fascinating. I open it and search around. I find bells attached to a handle in a notebook with a black cover. It's titled Disposal Vat at MGMT Record. I flip the cover open. Dispose 200 Super Dimension. Suddenly Iron Door. Half spiritualized. Hypothesis. Focus mystical forces. Need sacred object to erase. Safety valve release code Diamond. There's nothing else written. What in the world are these notes going on about? Disposal, half spiritualization. I don't understand half these words. Plus those bells I found don't fit this place at all. I close the notebook and put it in my bag. Just then, something tangles around my hand. It's a thin thread. Seems to be human hair. It glitters pale gold in the light. What? The mark starts sucking at my blood. I ignore it and instead stare at the shining hair, as if being pulled in. It's odd, but I get the real feeling that this moment, no, it's here, this place. I've been here before. The mark's color grows more vivid. Early dawn. A few hours left until death closes in. Someone mumbles right next to me. Wait, that's not someone else. That's my own voice. As I thought, it's here. The words pour out from deep inside. I have absolutely no knowledge or control over them. Memories that aren't mine. Words and feelings I couldn't possibly know are falling from my lips. Check the disposal vat. It must be behind that wall. It felt weird when standing in front of that wall. Yashiki, what's this all of a sudden? The instant Diamond speaks, the voice stops. It's nothing. I just remembered something important. Are you honestly alright? Those were some rather odd mumbles. I'm fine, really. Just spaced out for a bit. For better or worse, Diamond didn't clearly hear what I was saying. Still, though, that voice. Could it be that my old self, the one I lost along with my memories, was talking to me? The feeling I got when I saw that golden hair. Maybe that's what triggered it. I haven't heard that other guiding voice for a while now. I guess all I can do is rely on my old self. The disposal vat beyond the wall. The voice said to find that. Let's go left. We go north at the intersection and an outline of a door is flickering faintly in the wall ahead of us. Hey, look at that. What? Are you seeing odd things again? You can't see it? Unfortunately, no. It looks like Diamond can't see the door. That's the spiritual. My mouth begins mumbling words that I don't recognize all on its own. Oppose the spiritual with spiritual. If you touch it with a tool that honors the gods. The flow of words out of my mouth stops. Touch her with a tool that honors the gods? I believe it is this. I take out the Kagura Suzu bell. Is she just touching it okay? I have to... Strange words spill from my lips again. It's the priestess's tool. If a man displays spiritual power, it will be destroyed. So touch it silently. All I have is questions, but I have no choice but to trust the other me. I touch the bells to the door carefully, making sure not to make any noise. The next instant, the door physically appears. What? Wait, I'm not hallucinating, am I? I'm completely shocked. What magic did you conjure to do this? It just felt like it was the right thing to do. But I stare at the door. I sense an alarming presence. According to my own voice, if I can call it that, the disposal vat is beyond this door. I found some documents about it in the room with the operating table. It might be good to look through those. Let's be careful. That place is giving me a bad feeling. Okay, so if it's the priestess's tool, then you know what? I think maybe Let's go back and swap Diamond out for Heedle. Just in case we need a woman. Since with this kind of shit, that actually kind of matters. Okay. I push open the iron door and we head inside. What is this place? On the other side of the door is a large empty area reminiscent of a vault. Is this the disposal vat? It should be, but it's not quite what I expected. Oh, something's on the ground. A katana? I take what Hito picked up. I shine the flashlight around the area. Are these heads of Buddha statues? Doesn't seem like they're being stored. Is this some kind of garbage dump? And just then... the sound echoes off something heavy moving, and suddenly the room is lit with a pale light. What was that noise? Let's get out of here for now. I try to open the door to get out, but... it's locked! What? Have we been locked in? A cutting coldness invades and envelops my feet. My head snaps up as I see water pouring into the room like a giant waterfall. Water? It's ice cold. A polar bear swim is not something I ever wanted to do. It's quickly rising to our knees. I can't even feel my feet anymore. Water underground? Hurry up and open the door. We'll get hypothermia. I have to remember what was written in those documents about the disposal vat. All I see near me are Buddha heads. Touch the diamond arat head, because the code word past thing is diamond. I touch the diamond arat head. There's a heavy shudder and the sound of movement. Then the pooling water suddenly starts sweeping in one direction, down into a drain. Whoa! Ah! When I open my eyes, all I see is darkness. Ugh. I quickly lift my head and rub my eyes. My vision slowly comes back. This is An intersection in the underground shelter. It looks like we were drained out with the water and flushed down a pipe. We were lucky. I very nearly breathed a sigh of relief. But then I remember Hiro. That's right. Where's Hiro? I need to be so worried. Oh, that wasn't Hiro. That was... ah, shit. Let's do that again. No need to be so worried. So it's you. It's been a while, you sneaky intruder. It's that old man I met in the passageway beneath Manhole Street. I tried to ask him about Hiro, but... My jaw's nearly locked and my voice is gone. Don't try to talk just yet. The water here comes straight from T Mountain Range, so it's deadly cold. You were submerged in it for near an hour, so you'll be slurring your words for a time. Relax, relax, your friend's fine. So, you, got somewhere to go back to? I nod as I groan. The old man's face brightens like the sun. Well, that's great. Not that I'm demanding a reward for saving you or anything, but I am pretty darn hungry. The man eyes me, his smile sharp. We get in the car, and even though it's the wrong season for it, I turn the heat up in full blast. We dry off with towels and the like, but it doesn't stop our shivering for a long time. While this is going on, the old man... Ew, it's hot. Could I open a window? He's blatantly fanning himself in front of us. Okay, yes, in a way we owe him our lives. But even so, he's being a pain. Hang in there a little while longer. Hito shudders. We're about to freeze, you know. It was an honest question. It probably sucks for him, but we still keep the car like a sauna. After driving like that for a while, our teeth finally stopped chattering. The man's name is Banshi Ito, and that's how he introduced himself. But that obviously isn't his real name. As he sits next to me, Banshi gives off a savory smell, like freshly baked bread. It kind of cheers me up. Or at least it does for a few moments until I realize it's the stench of dried filth. So, Banshi, what were you doing in a place like that? Banshi remains silent. Are you listening to me? Don't feel like you're talking yet. I'll tell you in exchange for food. Shouldn't be surprised. Life's rough. Right, that should be my question. What were you two doing down there? It's a long story. I summarize everything we know about spirits in the mark until I catch up to when we met him at the underground shelter. So that's how it is, huh? He nods vigorously to himself. Do you really understand any of that? Hiro's doubts are reasonable, but Banshi waves a hand dismissively. Of course I do. Who do you think I am? A terrible grudge is mucking up that underground shelter. And you guys are wrapped up in it now. The story suddenly sounds fishy. A grudge? Banshi, do you know what happened down there?
I said I'm not talking about it yet. I was born into a noble family, so I always had the ability to see things others can't.
Fuck talking.
I staked my name, Bonchito, on it. She can trust me. There's a terrible grudge swirling there, and you've gotten swept up in it.
He's got nothing to base his claims on, but I get the feeling he's on the right track. In that case, oh noble Lord Banshee, would you tell us? How do we overcome that whirlpool? Banshee replies with a magnanimous flourish.
That should be obvious. Whirlpools always have a center. You've got to find that.
The center?
That swirling grudge in the spirit thing. Is that what you call it? The birth of the spirits, the heart of the curse. Something like that should be left within that there swirling grudge. If you look for that, I'm sure then.
He trails off. He gazes at the dark road, his mouth hanging open like he's run out of batteries. Then what? What will happen? The black sky simply goes on forever before Banshee's eyes.
Oh, that reminds me, Yashki.
Banshee calls out as soon as we enter the garage.
Take this little symbol of our friendship.
Got underground shelter key. Is this a key for the underground shelter?
Mm-hmm. I found it when I was popping in and out from that place. I held on to it. But I'll lend it to you for now, Yashki.
Just picked it up. Why is he acting like it's a favor? I have no reason to refuse him. Thanks. I'll borrow it. Diamond walks up to us. Hey, you came back safely. Were you able to learn anything? Hito butts in before I can speak. Wait just a minute. Don't tell me. You aren't going to believe that old man's story, are you? He's fishy.
Oh, that's rude. If you want my opinion, a snotty punk like you should be trusted even less. Of course, Yashiki, you believe me, right?
You know what?
That's my good pal Yashiki for you.
Hey, now, are you feeling okay in the head? Anyway, changing the subject. Good grief, can we just move on from talking about this? Banshee, you're hungry, right? The dining room should have something.
Ooh, food! Food!
Banshee bolts out of the garage and vanishes into the mansion. Diamond gives me an exasperated look. Yashiki, it seems you've got another troublemaker on your hands. To appease the starving Banshee, I offer him some cup noodles and sweet buns. The epitome of hunger, he greedily begins scarfing it down like a starving dog. That was enough for 10 people. He devours all of it, and I'm reminded of a high-power vacuum cleaner. Yes, that.
I haven't been this full in forever.
Good for you. Now answer our questions. What were you doing down there?
Well, that's an easy one. Because it's my home.
What?
Been living there ever since I found it 10 years ago. It's not too shabby a place. Keeps me out of the rain and no damn brats messing with me. Now it gets a mite cold in the winter.
I don't know how to respond to that. Hito and Diamond seem to be the same.
It was a paradise for me because no one knows about it. A little weirdo showed up 6 months ago. Some woman doused in perfume. It was winter, and I don't like stirring up trouble, so I just stayed away.
That must have been Tsukawa. I nod. That's my thought as well.
That was a month ago. I figured she must have up and left, so I went back. Now there's something stranger.
Which was...
A damned walking Buddha statue. I know I'm pretty out there, but even I was shocked by that. And it had this weird scar.
Manchi removes his scarf, revealing the mark on his neck. You may not believe this, but that statue gave you that scar.
I figured. That was the Kanon soldier, after all.
The Kanon soldier. How do you know that name?
Some documents I saw had it. It was an old plan to make a Buddha statue move with supernatural powers. A heavenly Buddha project weapon.
Are you nuts? Spirit power is making something move? That's insane! Now, hero, calm down. So those documents you found, are they still around?
Nope, I burnt them for once. I had a delicious roasted potato, too.
How could you... Maybe take your own advice, Daimon. Our measure of common sense seems to be rather different than this strange old man's.
It's fine, my noggin works different from most people's. I got it all memorized.
As you say, just tell us. We need to know about that project.
The Heavenly Buddha Project was a pet project for some general at the end of the war. So they built that shelter for it. Ta-da! The 13th Army Engineering Lab. To make the Kanon soldier thing, they did tests on Buddha statues. They were brought from some shrine or something somewhere.
That must be H Shrine.
They did a bunch of stuff to infuse the statue with spiritual powers. There was a monk from Tea Mountain, spiritual treasure from all over. But nobody thought anything had actually come from it. The project was just an excuse to keep that fanatical general busy. At least, it was supposed to be. But one day the statue started moving. It went berserk throughout the lab, went crazy on a ton of people. The blood stains and old corpses in the shelter are probably the victims. Some people survived, but they had red, bite-like marks on them. The thing went and wrecked the place. Then it stopped, never moved again. No one knows what even triggered it. That's about everything said.
Hito and Diamond are white as sheets. I probably am too. It's a hard story to believe, but he has no reason to lie to us. I think he speaks the truth. What, are you kidding me? A statue going around killing people and cursing them? Impossible. And then how do you explain the mark on his neck? Logic would dictate that the moving statue he saw was the common soldier. The dormant soldier suddenly starts moving after 50 years. That might be the cause of mine and Hiro's marks.
What if you flipped that, though? Both of your grandpas got a mark from the common soldier. When the soldier stopped moving, their marks disappeared. But with it started up again, you get them because you're their descendants.
If that's true, then the children inherited their parents' fate. Hiro can't seem to muster up any kind of counter-argument. I think she's in shock. I want to ask you something, old man. You say the common soldier stopped moving 50 years ago. But why?
I think it was... some spiritual person used a thingamajig to do something.
Say you have no idea. It's the most important part. Try to remember.
It's not that easy, son. Mark might have made me forget.
Taking his age into account, it's more likely it completely slipped his mind. It seems we must defeat the common soldier to be free of our marks. We have to figure it out on our own, if he can't be of more help. You seem to be a pro at this, Yashiki. We'll be relying on you. I don't have the spiritual powers or anything. But you've already faced down 4 different spirits, haven't you? A normal person wouldn't have survived. Now that he says it, I guess he's right. I have been hearing a mysterious voice a few times, and I've had weird premonitions. I even caught myself unconsciously talking when we were down in the shelter.
So, what are you folks going to do now?
Good question. I guess investigate the soldier. Let's investigate the soldier in the shelter. We need to do something about that to get rid of your marks. If I'm descended from someone on the project, then mine might disappear too. I guess we're going back in then. Hiro's still kind of sulking, but at least she's recovered from her shock. We all share the same fate. It's too late to try and run away.
Yep, you should find it there. The heart of everything that's causing the curse. You need that to stop the common soldier. That's what my gut's telling me.
What are you going to do then?
I'm full now, so I'm going to take a nap in that park nearby. I'll sit around and wait until you fellas do something about that soldier.
Wait just a minute, you old fart. Didn't we just say it's too late to run away?
Okay, I get it. Well, you folks here free me, so I guess I can help you.
Alright. I'm gonna save and call it for now. Thank you to everyone who actually deigned to show up. I hope you all have fun. As much fun as I did doing my bad voices. I will see all of you on the morrow as I abuse my HDMI cable for crapping out on me. Bye.